Hello everyone, welcome back. So today I wanted to show you how to set up your grades both in PowerSchool and in Schoology and to weight those grades if you wanted to weight them, as well as map those categories so that you can sync easily between Schoology and PowerSchool. So the first thing I want to do is set up all of my grades into PowerSchool. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. Once I'm in my PowerSchool, I just want to make sure that the categories I want are already created. To create a new category, you go to the top of your page and click Create, and then you can click Category. And you can select the classes that you want this category to go in, as well as give it a name. Once you're done, you're going to go ahead and click Save. I've set all my categories up, and I can go to Grading and Categories to double check and make sure that the categories I want are there. Now, we all know that Schoology and PowerTeacher, actually PowerTeacher only, comes with preset categories like project, quiz, and test, and then you can add whatever ones you want to on your own. What we have to do now is if you decide to weight your categories, we're going to set that up next. If you don't weight your categories, that's all you have to do in PowerSchool. They'll be set up to total points automatically. I like to weight my grades, so I'm going to go ahead and do that by going to Settings and then Traditional Grade Calculations. Once I'm there, I do have to make sure I'm in whatever period I want to be in, and I've already started doing this because it does take a little bit of time if you're not used to it. You have to do this once a semester, and you have to do it for every grading period that is in your semester. Semester 1, P2, Q1, so on and so forth. You have to change the category weighting for all of them, and then you have to do it all over again for all of your classes. But you can copy the settings. So you just really have to do it once and then copy it over. So I've already done it for my S1, P2, Q1, and P1. I'm going to go ahead and do it for my Q2 and E1 overall. You'll notice right now it does say total points when I want it to say category grading. To edit this, I'm going to go ahead and click on the pencil icon on the side. And then once I'm there, I'm going to change the type to category weighting. And it's going to put the first category I have on my list. I don't just want one category though, I want to weight all of my categories. So I'm going to go ahead and put category weighting, and it's going to put the second one that I have on there automatically, so I don't have to worry about that. And I know that I have 4 major categories that I like to weight, and quiz is not one of them. So I'm going to go ahead and do the drop down menu and change that to test, because these are the 4 categories that I like. Right now, these are equally weighted, which I don't want that. I like to weight my assignments and quizzes as 40%. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to 40. And you'll notice that the percentages over here got a little wonky. That's okay. Fill in all of your percentage weights first, and then make sure that the column over here adds up to 100. For example, everything else is weighted as 20 in my class to add up to 100%. Once I kind of click off of that, you'll notice now it looks nice and neat. There are no wonky decimals, and this is all saved. Once I'm done, I'm just going to do it for my last one. And when I'm in my other class, it's easy to just copy those settings over. So I do only have to do it once every semester. Once I'm done with PowerSchool, that's pretty much it. I have to make sure that I weight the categories the same in Schoology. I do use Schoology a lot, and I use that as my primary grade book. So once I'm in Schoology, I'm going to go ahead and go to the course that I want to change. Once I'm there, I want to edit the grade setup features. Here's where I can add those same categories, and then I have to map them and weight them. So to add a category, I click on the Add button here. And I'm going to go ahead and do assignments and quizzes, which is my first one. I already had it saved. And I'm going to make sure that I'm just going to go ahead and create it first, and I'll weight it later. And I'm going to go ahead and do that for the rest of my categories. So I've added all of my categories, and you might notice that one thing is missing. I do not have an extra credit category set up, even though I would like one. Unless Schoology has changed this in the time that I've done this last, it's really interesting to try and do extra credit on Schoology. It will not allow you to set a grade for an extra credit assignment without having it be in a category that already has graded work in it. I think it has to have at least 10 points of a graded work in that category in order to make it a category. Maybe I'm not explaining this very well. So let's say I wanted an extra credit project. It's extra credit, so I'm going to set the assignment points to 0 because I want them to earn extra points. It's not out of a grade. So I set those points to 0. If I just made a whole category of extra credit with assignments that count for 0, Schoology is not really going to recognize that. I have to put that assignment into a category that already has graded work in it so that it recognizes it. I know it's a weird thing. So normally when I'm ready, I put any extra credit assignments and I list those extra credit assignments as a project category. And once I do that, it's set and it should be good to go. I know that's a really weird and long-winded way of doing extra credit, and if you want any more information, just let me know. Now, I need to weight all of my categories here. Right now, it does have, again, default to 100%. I'm going to go ahead and check the weight categories feature and do the same thing that I did in PowerSchool. Okay, and then I'm set up. The most important thing that you have to do is click save. It's at the bottom of the page. It's hard to miss, or it's easy to miss, I should say. And so I'm going to go ahead and save changes. Once I'm done with this, I can go ahead and copy those settings into my other courses with the touch of a button. So that's really easy. The last thing I need to do is map my category so that I can sync my grades with PowerSchool. On this column again, I'm going to go ahead and click on the PowerSchool feature. And I'm going to do this in a class that I haven't done this for just because I already did it for my first period. So again, PowerSchool. And because I have not set up my grades, it should already automatically take me to the configure option. It does take a little bit to load, so please don't freak out if it is taking a while. Once it's there, again, it automatically took me to configuration. Once you set these up, it will take you to the sync grades feature. If you automatically went to the sync grades feature, just go ahead and click on configuration. And all I'm going to do is basically play a matching game. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to do a drop down button here and that my assignments and quizzes add to my assignments and quizzes. My classwork, I don't do classwork, so I'm just going to leave that blank. And I'm not doing extra credit right now. I'm going to figure that out once I actually have my first extra credit assignment. I am going to map project. I don't use quiz, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to match test and writing tasks. Once I'm done, save changes as always. And this is something that you cannot copy over. You do have to do this in every single class that you have. You cannot map this in. Oh, oops, I accidentally did project twice, so make sure you're double checking that. It will let you know if you've done something wrong. Trust me, it won't let you make a mistake, hopefully. And then once you're done, you should all be set to go. So thank you so much, guys, for your time. Again, as always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know.